Welcome to Playtime 2018. It's amazing to see all of you here today in this incredible space. I look out and I see familiar faces, people I'm going to meet, new friends today. Thank you so much for being here. It's 10 years of Android, 5 years of Playtime in EMEA. I'm thinking, look how we've all grown up. Thank you for joining us from over 40 countries across Europe, Middle East, and Africa. My name is Shannon Low. I head up the Apps and Games business development team for Google Play in EMEA. We wanted to kick off today with this I Make Apps film because this campaign and Playtime both share the same spirit. They're both about celebrating you, the people behind apps and games, the Android and Play community. We all know that it's the community that powers any platform. Without you, we wouldn't be where we are today. 2018 is an incredibly important milestone for us because, as I said before, Android debuted 10 years ago on a single device. Everyone remember Android Market? We had 50 apps in total. And of course, those important barcode scanners and ringtone editors that everybody needed. I'm sure there's some folks in this room here who were working on barcode scanners and ringtone editors 10 years ago. Those were humble beginnings for all of us, but it set us on a good path. A path for Android to become the most powerful and important popular computing platform on Earth, with devices available in every shape, size, and price point around the world. As connectivity has become nearly ubiquitous, we use our devices everywhere for things that we couldn't have imagined 10 years ago. And that's all thanks to you. You have changed how we interact with each other, how we get things done, and how we even spend our time. You created new experiences, new industries, new economies, thriving in communities all over the world, stimulating employment, inspiring entrepreneurship. Our team is especially proud of the work that you do here in EMEA, and it's great to see that it's all paying off. Since the beginning of the year, the number of you based in our region who are making $1 million or more per month on Google Play has grown by 54%. 54%, that's a huge leap. And one business model that's working well for many of you is subscriptions. Subscriptions revenue has doubled in the past year and grown 4 times since 2016. At Play, we view ourselves as your partner in helping you grow your apps and games business. We've made huge investments in people, technology, processes to help you succeed on Android. We're very proud of what we've been able to accomplish together, but at the same time, we realize that there's much more to be done. That's one of the reasons we're here today, to continue listening to your feedback, to share experiences, and to learn more from each other. To tell you more about what we're doing to continue helping you grow your business on Android and Play, please welcome our keynote speaker, Tian Lim, our Vice President of UX and Product from Google Play. Tian?
Thank you, Shannon. Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Tian, and I run product and UX for Google Play. I'm super excited to share a little of what we've been doing to help you reach more users and build successful businesses. I'm actually still pretty new to Google. In literally 5 days' time will be my 1-year anniversary at Google. And I joined because it's just an incredible opportunity to help so many people around the world, both users and developers. One unique experience I want to share with you that I had this year was my short time in Nigeria. We went to Nigeria for the Google for Nigeria event. We were rolling out Google Station, free Wi-Fi for everyone. And I had the opportunity to meet developers and influencers there. And I have to say, it was just absolutely inspiring. I met developers that Google trained and once they became certified Android developers, they were making 10 times more than what they used to make before. Or they were building companies, local companies solving real local issues, the kinds of problems that you can only solve if you're living in that market. In here, there's a game developer nestled between the YouTube and movie stars, and he has a small game for kids, teaching them African languages. And he found a global audience, basically the African diaspora trying to reconnect with their cultural heritage. These are some inspirational stories that I came away with in my short time there. Now, this was just one small trip, talking to a few developers. But here at Google Play, every month we talk to thousands of you. Listening to you helps us focus on what's important. I wanted to start the day by focusing on the user and 3 things that they care about: quality, safety, and well-being. Everybody here represents some of the highest quality apps and games in the Play Store. You know that your investments in quality pay off with highly engaged users. The flip side, of course, is a high crash rate tends to lead to more 1-star ratings. On the Play Store, we want to recognize your commitment to quality, and that's why our search and discovery algorithms now consider app quality and user engagement. This means that apps and games with better retention, fewer crashes, and fewer uninstalls get recommended more frequently. To help you measure app quality and improve it, we have been investing heavily in Android Vitals. And we have seen that developers that engage with Vitals can dramatically improve their crash rates, which directly leads to better ratings and better engagement. Now, we've heard your feedback. We've heard the feedback that the data is great, but it's not super actionable. So today, we are linking pre-launch reports with Android Vitals. You'll hear a lot more about this from Fergus and Gavin, but I have to say, this is amazing stuff. What's going to happen is, when Vitals sees crashes out in the field that we have already seen in the pre-launch report, you can now connect these 2 pieces of information together and see videos and logs of exactly the kinds of issues that users are seeing out in the wild. And so this can directly help you prioritize which issues in the pre-launch report to focus on, because you know that users are hitting these issues. Let's talk user safety. Another very interesting aspect of my short time at Google is seeing the many new and creative ways that our adversaries have come up with to abuse our users or exploit our ecosystem. But let me tell you, we're not having any more of this. We're working super hard to turn the tide on this problem. And this is an area that I actually had to get personally extremely deep on. And I'm very proud of the team and both the automated and manual ways in which we fight this problem every single day. It's really tough work, but it's really good work. Android and Google Play have always taken security and privacy extremely seriously. It's simply not negotiable. Every app and game undergoes an extensive security review before they are published, using a combination of both machine learning automation and humans. And as a result, 99% of apps with abusive content are identified before people can ever have a chance to install them. Even after publishing, Google Play Protect scans every app installed on the Android fleet. That's 50 billion apps every single day that we're looking at and checking for anything out of the ordinary. As a result of all these efforts, people who download apps exclusively from the Google Play Store are 9 times less likely to install a potentially harmful app. So that's a little of what we do for the safety of the ecosystem, but we need your help. Our policies are constantly changing and adapting, working to keep the ecosystem safe for you and your users. Your input is critical, and my team and I are extremely grateful for the active dialogue that helps us strike the right balance between user safety and your ability to innovate. Our goal is to ensure that users are aware of how their data is being used and that that access is reasonable. So last week, we announced a set of changes around the SMS and call log permissions. This is to make sure that developers who request these permissions only do so when it is absolutely necessary. And we spoke with many of you, to understand your concerns, and I can guarantee that our final decisions were heavily influenced by all these conversations. You can expect us to continue to review all the various permissions and these types of changes with the community in the months ahead. We will also be working to ensure that we give you sufficient notice to make these changes and details on how to implement them. For example, on November 1st, and a not-so-subtle reminder, that we will require all apps and updates to target API level 26 or higher. This helps bring security and battery life improvements to all our users. And these are the kinds of benefits that can only be realized in the ecosystem when all of us get on board. We announced this 10 months ago with explicit instructions on how to comply. We need you to be on top of these and future changes. So please make sure that you have the right contact information on the Play console, read our updates, and engage with us as we roll through these changes. Now, we've talked about high-quality apps in a safe environment, but increasingly, people have been thinking about striking the right balance with technology as well. I, for one, escape my technology by subjecting myself to extreme endurance sports and extreme amounts of physical abuse. This is literally what happens when I'm not out here trying to help users and developers. I get shocked with 10,000 volts of electricity. Now, our research shows that while much of the time that we spend on phones is useful and valuable, many of us still wish that we could disconnect more easily. That's why at I/O this year, we announced our Digital Wellbeing Initiative. We added capabilities directly into Android P to help expose and control our digital habits. We added a usage dashboard, daily app limits, the shush gesture, and wind down, and many other features, all to help people find the balance that they need. As businesses, we all need to think critically about the longevity of our apps and games and how we can sustainably engage our users without burning them out. Yesterday, I was very lucky to attend a meetup for the Sustainable Engagement Forum. This is an extremely robust conversation with great cross-pollination between different kinds of apps and between game developers and app developers. It was really, really exciting to see the community rally around the cause for sustainable engagement. So to recap, we've talked about important ways in which we're improving the user experience through quality, safety, and digital well-being. But how do we connect more of them to you? So let's dive into some of the new tools and features that we've built after listening to you. In particular, the amazing potential of our new app distribution model, some new features to help attract and engage new users, and tools to help you monetize your business. App sizes. They've grown dramatically. Over the past 4 years, they have tripled in size. But as you know, larger apps reduce install conversion and increase uninstall rates. And that's one reason we built the Android app bundle. With our new format, we're able to serve only exactly the code and resources that a user needs for their specific device. Since launching in I/O in May, several thousand app bundles have been deployed to production, and on average, those apps are seeing a 35% reduction in size compared to a universal APK. We are really excited about its potential, and you will hear a lot more about the bundle and the benefits of smaller, modular apps in the next session. So we just re-architected the entire distribution pipeline to deliver your apps more efficiently. But we've also introduced new features to help you attract and engage new users. Pre-registration lets you gather interest for an upcoming launch in order to help boost your day one installs. And since we launched in early access, we've generated more than 250 million pre-registrations. We're excited that the program is now available to all our app and games partners and is fully self-service in the Play console. You will also now have the ability to grant user rewards to those early users, and we've integrated pre-registration with Google Play Instant, letting your users try a product before it even launches. You can see an example of that here on the left with Looney Tunes World of Mayhem. Google Play Instant also supports premium applications, as you can see here on the right with Umiro. We've also made these instant experiences easier to build with integrations into Coco's Creator and a Unity plugin that is now available. And we've done all this because we know that Google Play Instant can help you with user acquisition. We also have another new launch that will help with your conversion. It's been one of the top requests from developers around the world, and that's to modify store listing pages based on user country, not language. So now you can do this. Quick example here. Halloween in the US, coming up next week, and Diwali in India. They are each about a week apart. But users in both countries tend to have their devices set to US English, so targeting by language is not helpful. With country store listing targeting, you can now change the store listing content based on the user's country. So here, the icons and photos are not only different, but the descriptions can now highlight different features or talk about different events in the different regions. So now that we've covered some of the new features to help bring users into your app, let's talk about helping you monetize your business. Our commerce platform makes it easy for people to securely purchase on Play in over 150 markets via credit card, direct carrier billing, PayPal, and gift cards that are available in over 800,000 retail locations. Subscriptions, as mentioned, continue to be a rapidly growing trend, and we have a lot of features in the pipeline. But here's a taste of just a few of them. On the left, in early access, is subscribe and install on details page. So as you can see, this combines the free trial, sign up, and the install button, and it captures user intent to subscribe without having to wait for the install. In the middle, you'll see the EAP for pause. So a user may be going on vacation, and rather than let that user cancel and churn out, this gives them some control to put their subscriptions on pause and helps keep them with you. On the far right, you can see plan change support with price changes for existing SKUs with deferred upgrade and downgrades. Along with the strong growth in subscriptions, we're seeing more developers adopt a hybrid approach to monetization. And one trend has been to reward users for an action, like watching a video ad, with in-game currency or other benefits. So today we're excited to announce a new monetization type called rewarded products. The first offering being a rewarded video format. Users can elect to watch a short video, and upon completion, are rewarded by the developer with either virtual goods or in-game currency. This new offering is powered by Google Ads technology, and it uses the same API calls for in-app purchases on Google Play today. No third-party SDKs required. We're currently in closed beta, but we will share more details with you in the coming weeks. So I've covered a lot in about 15 minutes, and as you know, there is a huge range of existing features. It can be extremely tricky for any of us to keep it all in our heads. So to help you take advantage of all the tools and programs, we're launching the Academy for App Success. Today, there are now 10 courses with information ranging from managing your app's release to granting refunds. And going forward, we'll be supporting more languages and adding more content to help you take advantage of everything that Play has to offer. So we hope you check it out. So now that we've talked about some of the tools for growth on mobile, I wanted to touch on the broader Android landscape. As you know, we continue to push our apps to many devices with Wear OS, Android TV, and Auto, and across even more surfaces with Assistant. Today, I'd like to focus briefly on Chrome OS and how this growing ecosystem is an exciting opportunity for developers. So Chromebooks have gone from what seems like a small experiment to being available throughout the world. They range from traditional laptops to convertibles. And we've built all of these in partnership with some of the best OEMs, like Samsung, HP, and Dell. They're available in over 10,000 stores worldwide, and we continue to expand our footprint. Last week, we announced an exciting new device, the Google Pixel Slate. It's a great example of our commitment to the Chrome OS ecosystem. It was designed to bring games and apps to life with a brilliant screen and great performance. So let's take a closer look at a couple of great app experiences optimized for Chromebooks and Pixel Slate. Gameloft wanted Asphalt 8 Airborne to give users more precise control. And because Chrome OS treats its physical keyboard just like an external keyboard on an Android phone, Asphalt 8 was able to support keyboard controls using APIs from Android Platform SDK 26. The result was pretty amazing. A whopping 6x increase in daily access for users on Chromebooks, and a 9x boost in revenue. The Gameloft team was so excited by the strong results that optimizing for larger screens is now standard operating practice. And they've just finished optimizing their latest version, the latest edition in the series, Asphalt 9 Legends. Another app is Evernote. The Evernote team was extremely excited to use low-latency stylus APIs to quickly implement touchscreen, handwriting, and enhanced layouts for those wider screens. Now, without the latency, their users can really feel like they're drawing on paper. The result? Users of Evernote on Pixelbook spend 4x more time than on other devices. So these developers went beyond a mobile-only strategy, and they adapted their products to serve consumers on a larger variety of devices, and as a result saw massive increases in user engagement. So perhaps you have the same opportunities. And because Android apps are available on Chrome OS, you can take your app and with very few adjustments, optimize it for these larger screens and form factors. So it's really easy. More surfaces, a larger creative canvas for you from the same binary. I can't wait to see what amazing stuff you all come up with. So that's about it for me today. Although I talked about user needs and some new things to help you connect those users to you, the bigger theme through all of this is that we are here for you. You are all the inspiration for our work. So please use this opportunity to talk to us and give us feedback so that next year we can bring forth even more announcements and features based on your ideas and inspiration. Thank you so much.